Hey, welcome everybody to the 40 Finance channel. This is the second part of a mini series I'm doing that reviews all the different features and subscriptions of Seeking Alpha. For this second video, we are focused exclusively on Seeking Alpha Premium. This is the subscription that you see me promote all the time and I use all the time on my channel. So today I'm going to click around and show you all the features that add the most value to my life anyway. And if you're interested in learning more about this and signing up for a free trial, my promotional link is in the description and in the comments. You get the 7-day free trial. You also get a discount on the front end. Right now, that discount is 10% off. So it's a $300 annual subscription. And with that, if you find this review helpful, then please use that promotional link down below and help support my channel along the way. Now, again, today we're talking about Seeking Alpha Premium. This is the core subscription for the website. Unlocks, I'd say 97, 98% of the features on the Seeking Alpha website. All right, now looking at Premium, the first thing I'm going to show you is down here, and this is the portfolio section. Now, yes, you can sync your trading account with Seeking Alpha. And I had to click off to the side just to see which ones they were offering. This is what they have on the front. There is an opportunity to add a different brokerage in there, but long story short, yes, you can link your brokerage account so that it imports your portfolio here into Seeking Alpha, and that gives you a view like this. This was actually a handcrafted portfolio that I did for one of my videos. So all the stocks here just have one single share so that I could follow along on some of the picks that I made. But what I get into the most, if you watch my channel, if you get into the ratings, you can see the quant score. So Seeking Alpha's quant score, this gets unlocked with Premium. It's all over the website. It's sort of their algorithmic view of every known stock imaginable. And it covers 5 different segments, okay? It covers valuation, momentum, earnings expectations, and then it wraps that up into a single number so that you can compare. You can see in this case, you can compare NVIDIA against CrowdStrike. You have your quant score number that kind of tells you what is the assessment of the stock right now. You also get an overview for what the writers on Seeking Alpha are saying about a particular stock. And then the Wall Street score is just more or less a dot plot of who's saying strong buy, hold, etc. But they wrap that into a comparable score as well. Now we'll click on Microsoft here, and this is your standard stock page, but at the top, this is where you've likely seen me on my videos where I'm digging in all the time, particularly over here on valuation and growth. Okay, so what's great about this, if we look at Microsoft, and we're just on this growth tab here, sector relative, they got a quant score grade of C-. Now, I don't know every stock in their sector, but I assume it's technology, so they're going against some, comparatively high growers, so the C- isn't necessarily bad, it's just compared to the sector. But more interesting to me are all these little lines here that outline for you very, very specific valuation metrics. So revenue growth forward. Now, this is obviously going to be based on an earnings projection, but you have, in this case with Microsoft, it's 14%. You can immediately see where that stood year over year. It's down just a little bit. And the one that I like the best is this 5-year average column that exists for most every valuation metric. So over the past 5 years, Microsoft has averaged a 13% forward revenue growth rate. Right now they're at 14%, so they're actually growing faster by plus 7% than they have over the average of the last 5 years. And so much about a stock is not just comparing the stock to other stocks, which is obviously important, but comparing a long-standing stock like Microsoft to its own performance, really insightful on how you would evaluate a stock like that has a long history. Seeking Alpha makes it pretty easy with these metrics. Now, when it comes to earnings, Seeking Alpha has everything covered This is the last quarter's earnings and the upcoming earnings, how many revisions you've had, plus or minus. And if you scroll down, this is surprises by quarter. Then they have the EPS and revenue estimates, the consensus level estimates. Where are they trending? How many analysts are they using? And then you can actually get a much further out view if you do this earnings estimate tab. It goes into even more detail. So you see here, it lists everything out to 2029, assuming that you have a stock that has enough coverage that somebody would have put a number in. So in Microsoft, off to the left here, 47, 48 people have covered 25 and 26. Then it drops to 29 if you look ahead to the year 2027. But you get some idea of where people are projecting, and you know how many people are projecting. So a monster stock like Microsoft, hell, you've got 48 people, Wall Street analysts who have made a consensus projection. I should say made a projection that's rolled into the consensus. That's a pretty good number, particularly if you go a step further and you take out the highs and lows, which are listed right here. Now, if we go to the Microsoft homepage, I want to call out something here. You can see that I'm following this stock. This stock is in one of my portfolios, so I have the option to be notified about any new analysis articles or news that comes out on this stock. And for me, I choose email because I love the format that they use, and I want to show you this. This is my Seeking Alpha folder in Gmail. So it sits off to the side. It's not, plugging up my main inbox, but I really like, and here's a Microsoft article, what they offer and how they chop this up is they do a bullet point review or overview of everything that gets written. So in this case, this is an analysis article that was written by an author on the website. And for me, instead of clicking over to the site, I can get these 7 points real quick, and then if I'm interested, I just click on read the full article, and here we are. The best part about Seeking Alpha kind of community articles is that the expectation is you will be presenting, your assessment and backing that up with facts, and almost everything that gets approved and published follows that bill. And the other thing that's cool is if you do decide to write about an article, you get this little chart and it says, you have to pick buy, sell, hold. And as soon as you do that, it gets published in your author chart on what you've said about Microsoft. So 6-8 months from now, if you write another article about Microsoft and took an opposite stance, well, everybody can see where you stood 6-ish months ago. And if you're one of those guys maybe who writes, NVIDIA is going to crash, NVIDIA is going to crash, well, they can see every time you write that article where it stands on the calendar. And they may just get tired of listening to you if NVIDIA keeps going up and you're saying it's going to crash all the time. All right, so we went in a couple of different directions there, but we just saw what would be called an analysis article. And again, those are written by community members. Seeking Alpha actually pays, I think, like $50 or something per analysis article that gets approved and published on the site. So you have a ton of people in here, whether they're running an investing group or they're just trying to draw interest in their own, financial practice firm, that they're writing articles, not necessarily for the $50, but to draw attention and build a following because they're probably trying to sell something down the line. But what works out really well for us as subscribers is a lot of the trash gets sorted out anyway, because people will call it out, comments, it won't get any traction, things of that nature. So that's an overview of the analysis articles. Then you also have the news. Okay, the news comes very specifically from Seeking Alpha's news desk. These are what I would say, are factual articles. These are written with sources. These are not opinions, and they may not always be about just one stock. But we are looking at Microsoft in this particular article. includes some quotes from Google and Meta employees, but this can be delivered right to you. So if you're following Microsoft, there's no more like jumping around to 12 different websites or scanning Twitter/X. Like this stuff's all right in front of you. And even if you don't want the notifications, you could log in every morning and go to this Microsoft stock page and simply scroll down and see if any of these headlines interest you. Okay, another feature that I use all the time is the Seeking Alpha Stock Screener. You can create your own screens if you want to. So I made this one. This has been on my channel 100 times. It's just large and mega cap USA stocks. You can see the filters here. The font's very small. And I'm looking for companies that have, at least some form of a forward PE, and then revenue growth at least 5% and EPS growth at least 5% for this particular screener that I put together. Now, I could take out the growth element and the PE element, and it would just bring me all the stocks that are over 10 billion in market cap. But regardless of how you chop it up, the goal here is to compare several stocks against each other. And this tool is excellent for that. We talked about the quant rating, the analyst rating, and the Wall Street rating. You can sort your list that way. You can also go into valuation. So if you're looking for the lowest forward PE out of mega cap stocks, you can sort PE forward, price to sales, price to cash flow, every imaginable metric. And then on the growth side, if you're saying stocks over 10 billion market cap, who is projected to grow the most percentage-wise next year? No shocker, it's NVIDIA. But that's just one of several ways that you can do this. You can even sort by levered free cash flow growth year over year. All right, so there's a million metrics, and that's, to me, is what makes the stock screener more impressive than other ones you see. I didn't even mention here, you can go on the momentum. If you want stocks that are over the 50-day simple moving average, you can sort by that. They have a 100-day and 10-day and everything else. So this stock screener is very valuable. It's also built in with quant rating and some of the community analysis that you're just not going to get on any other stock market website. All right, guys, so that's an in-depth look at Seeking Alpha Premium, all the features that I use every single day. This is a stock research and analysis platform. It's best for long-term investors. It's best for people who enjoy following and researching stocks. I would say it's not best for sheer momentum traders, penny stocks, day traders, things like that, because most of the stuff that's written up and most of the metrics revolve around longer term investing. Now, does it work for someone who's doing a 90-day or longer swing trade? Yeah, probably, assuming that you're using some sort of fundamental analysis to base your decisions. All right, I hope you guys found this review helpful. If so, and you're interested in signing up, please use the promotion link down in the description and in the comments. Help support my channel. If you have any questions about this platform, please leave it below. I usually respond in a day or two. We'll see you on the next part of this little mini series. I'll cover the alpha picks in detail on that one.